We'll see
So let's
what
watch this
happens.
clip.
Yeah, let's
Lindsey
check it
Graham
out.
reacts to being swarmed by Trump supporters in the airport. Is this like recently or is this old? This is old, right? This
Yes.
happened some
No,
months
this
ago.
is like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
No, this was 2 days ago. Well, yesterday, really, for you.
I see.
From South Carolina.
We
Senator,
live in
thank
the
you for being back.
past.
Let me go first to this. You and I had, and I don't think you mind, we had a private conversation about the 10-day audit, and you went into a great explanation. You just didn't think it was ever going to come close to working, and that you were even saying then we should move on. Okay, I disagreed with you, but you know, we've agreed on a lot, and sometimes we're going to disagree.
Right.
I don't like what's happening in restaurants
absolutely.
and airports to any of these people.
Yeah. Well, number one, I want to thank the police who came to my aid. I know people are frustrated. I wanted President Trump to win so badly. I thought he was a consequential president. I think he made the world safer and more prosperous. I'm a constitutional conservative. I believe in federalism, even when I don't like the outcome. There's a process under our Constitution. I followed it the best I knew how. I stand by my vote. But now, tonight, I'm calling on President-elect Biden to pick up the phone and call Nancy Pelosi and the squad to end the second impeachment. President Trump gave a statement last night that was helpful. It hit the mark. He wants to move on to a peaceful transfer of power. He wants this to end. I've been with him most of the day. He's going to focus on his agenda, his successes for the American people in the next few days. But Joe Biden said it's up to Congress regarding impeachment. No, President-elect Biden, it's up to you. Pick up the phone, call Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and the squad and tell them, stand down. This will destroy the country even further. You have the power to do that. The question is, do you have the courage to do it? I told my supporters at home, the President of the United States, who I admire and supported, that it was time to move on. It was over. I'm asking no more of you, President-elect Biden, than I ask of myself. Pick up the phone and tell Pelosi, Schumer, and the squad to stand down. No more impeachments.
He sounds like he's about to cry. Like this is.
Well, to
like,
be fair, he always kind of sounds like that, but
I don't know. I've listened to a fair amount of him talking, and this has a particular tension underlying it, in my opinion, that seems like this is just like he was just attacked in an airport by people otherwise on any other day of the week would have been cheering for him.
He's trying to stop the Civil War.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah.
And he knows that the impeachment process, if they remove Trump before the end of his term, or try to vindictively imprison him afterwards, because there's an unspoken agreement you don't
Oh my
do.
God, all bets are off then, Sargon.
Well, that's the point. And that's the point. And Lindsey Graham is like, they're not far off being able to do that. Like, they got 213 out of the 220 votes they need or something like that. And it's like, holy fuck, man. Like, Lindsey Graham looks like it's a breakdown on Fox News, begging them not to impeach. And it's like, dude, I think you guys are on a fucking terrible fucking direction. Like, it's scary to me. And if Kraut doesn't think so, then man, that's Trump derangement syndrome gone mad.
I mean,
this is wild.
I'm against. I think the second impeachment is really stupid. I think it's stupid to impeach someone who's going to be out of office on their own in like a week or a little bit over a week. It's entirely just, not entirely, but mostly just for show at this point. It couldn't actually logistically happen because Mitch McConnell won't let it happen. So the question would be, would it happen after Biden is president? I don't think it's going to happen when Biden's president. I do think he's going to want to move on. But I would agree with you that if Trump
he can't be
gets
impeached after he's left office. What are you talking about?
No, apparently there's some weird argument about whether you can impeach someone when they're out of office or not.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you even having that argument, sort of thing?
I agree. It's stupid.
That's something I never wanted to know. We should know.
I know.
Americans should know this.
I think if that was the case, it'd be entirely detrimental to our country completely. And I think imprisoning Trump would be very bad for our country.
Yeah,
but I don't think any of that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
But they seem to be going after him. Like, look, they're desperate. They're desperate to. Here's another link. I don't know where to put the link.
Let's get some money. Let's get some betting. I like the betting on.
I don't think it serves the democratic power structure to do it after the fact.
But they're still doing it. Like they
because it
seem
serves
to
them now. It serves them until the moment that Trump disappears out of office. I think
does.
you're going to see a rhetoric change very quickly because suddenly it
there's
doesn't
always
support.
a rhetoric change.
Let's
obviously.
hope.
But like I think that you've got to remember that these people are paranoid and they are true believers. Like they do believe in the shit they're saying. They
I don't think
believe in
Nancy
white
Pelosi and these
supremacy.
people are true believers. I don't even think.
I think
this
not
guy's a
necessarily
true
Nancy
believer,
Pelosi,
Lindsey
but like
Graham.
you can see that she is out on a limb here, right? She looks very nervous in every single interview or anything she does. She sounds like she's walking on, fucking something dangerous. And the squad themselves, their rhetoric is genocidal, like full on. These are Nazis, blah, blah, blah. Ted Cruz is a Nazi, according to Joe Biden. Like Josh Hawley, like the most conservative of conservatives are suddenly Nazis. Just it's you guys, I think, are really underestimating the sort of pathology of the Democrat Party in the upper echelons of it.
Well, if these things transpire, Sargon, we would be the first to admit that we were wrong. Like things have taken. I never would have suspected that what happened at the Capitol would have happened like 3 months ago. I would have said no.
Yeah,
Trump's going to, Trump's going to embrace a peaceful transfer of power. Like it's
Well,
so,
if you thought
so many
that,
things.
you're silly, Adam.
Well, it's easy with hindsight being 2020 to say
I know.
that.
I said before the election, if Trump loses, he's going to say it was stolen from him. I mean, that was pretty easy to predict. That wasn't.
Yeah.
some good
You said
I mean,
what?
he was
He's
saying
gonna
it
what?
beforehand. So,
He was saying it beforehand. He had said it, during the primary with Ted Cruz and all these other people.
yeah.
It's like his pattern.
What?
But I agree with you. I obviously wouldn't have predicted that a band of Trump supporters would have, physically broken into the Capitol and, caused, rioted and got shot and all the crazy shit that happened afterwards.
But then would you have thought that Parler would get erased off the internet?
Well, that could happen anytime.
Well,
I mean, we're in.
Yeah,
the,
I don't
Directly
even-
afterwards as a consequence.
well, they've been.
Yeah,
looking
actually,
at
I
their
could have
shot
said yes.
to take
I would
care
have.
of
Well, I don't
that.
know if that
Yeah.
specifically, but I would have said yes. If
Right,
that
okay.
happens, that the left and the tech companies will definitely use this opportunity. Never let a crisis go to waste. They'll definitely use this opportunity to solidify their businesses and their base, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. And
Sure.
this is, tens of millions of people use Parler.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad. I'm not in favor. of it.
And so it looks really terrible to tens of millions
Sure.
of people, which is
Sure.
really bad, and so the crank just keeps going up. Nothing's bringing it down, and so it's like, well, there's no reason to think that
Lindsey
civil war
Graham's
isn't
bringing
coming.
it down. What are you talking about?
Why
Look
couldn't
at,
Trump
he's talking
and
about
the
this right here.
Republicans?
Well,
Why
yeah,
couldn't
but we're
Trump
not
and
very important. Like,
why couldn't Trump and the Republicans actually create some sort of legislation the entire time he was president to address the 230 concerns and what was going on with tech companies?
I don't know.
They did nothing. They did literally nothing about this until the last hour. And then it was just this ridiculous flat repeal of 230, which everyone knew would never happen and could never happen.
I don't know.
I just make
I'm just
Pollyanna
guessing
about it.
competence.
Yeah,
I guess just a lot of rhetoric without a lot of action, no action.
Yes.
Should we continue?
Was it?
Why
do you want to
would
watch
you
the
like
rest,
it?
or was that it?
Yeah, no, I don't think we need to watch the rest of it. I think that was about it. Just to show you his demeanor and what he's arguing. Right? Well, I think he's scared.
Well, he might, but you're reading into it a little bit because he could be scared because he's saying, "Wow, I didn't think I'd see the day that Republicans would violently storm the Capitol building."
I think
And maybe
more
he's
scared
shaken
about
and
the
lost
fact that he
faith in
got
his own
attacked.
party, for all we know.
That's probably part of it. Yeah. He
Yeah.
got personally attacked. The Democrats don't look like they're backing down at all. And he thinks that that's going to inflame tensions and cause
Right.
more civil unrest, which I agree. I think that is going to happen.
Yeah, sure.
And so I think that you should legitimately begin being concerned about a civil war. And I mean, like, you two physically, right? Like, make sure that you've got petrol in the tank, like, make sure that you have some canned food in the house.
I'm
Like,
locked
I
and
mean-
loaded, man. I got my
Yeah.
ammunition early.
I'm gonna stock
Alright,
up.
okay, well, that's good.
Look,
But
I'm giving
genuinely afraid.
Biden Tim Pool's Civil War hat just for you, Sargon. Just so you know, like Biden's one pumping the Civil War. I'm
But
sorry.
I bet you both, despite all of this, have changed your opinion not an inch, right?
What do you mean?
You've made me change my opinion a little bit in terms of being a little bit more fearful of continual violence. I don't think there's going to be a widespread failure of institutions in a civil war. No, I haven't changed on that.
Well, a civil war isn't a failure of institutions.
Well, when
What
you
is
talk
it?
about
Why is it
militias
not?
roaming the streets and our military being split in half, I mean, I think that's a failure.
A militia is an institution of its own.
Yeah, but if you're okay, so what exactly are you predicting then? Because I guess
I'm predicting exactly what we're seeing. We've got two divergent worldviews that are irreconcilable, and people are going to be asked to choose one side or another.
Irreconcilable? Come on.
it's hard for me to imagine a civil war occurring when all the institutions seem to be on one side of the issue.
Well,
That's where I have a problem. with it.
militias are not on the side of the government institutions.
But I'm saying, say we have next year, or this year, I guess. Say this year is the year of militias, and we have multiple instances with right-wing militia groups attacking various government institutions and buildings, and shootouts occurring, and blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
That could happen throughout the country, and I still would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't classify that as a civil war. I just say that's a group of crazy people attacking the government and losing repeatedly.
Yeah, but these militias could be fucking enormous.
Sure. Okay. This all just seems like Sitch's law to me. We're parsing what
Yeah,
this
that's why I
definition
wanted
of
to get the
civil
level
war
of-
means.
Yeah,
To
I
me,
wanna get the
civil war
level of
means
violence.
Yeah, to
What
me,
does civil war mean
means
to you?
that the Republicans in government are going to say, "Rise up, folks! Grab your guns. We need to physically fight off the Democrats. You know, the
Yes.
government is being dissolved." Like that to me is civil war, and I don't
Yeah,
see that
that's-
fucking even remotely.
That will happen eventually. Did you listen to Flynn's speech?
No.
No.
3-star General Flynn.
He a QAnon crazy person, Flynn. Now,
Yeah, but
I
a
didn't
third of the
listen to
country
it, no.
believes in QAnon. So,
sure.
well, I mean, like, to a
Which
third of
speech
the
is this?
country,
Maybe
he's
I
a
did
general
listen
worth
to it.
following. Well, he was just saying, you know, what needs to be done is going to require moral courage, and he started talking about liberty and the founders and the battles and the blood that was shed to get the republic this far, and I'm like, holy fuck!
Is this
This
a
is
talk
not
where
good.
he was like his wife?
This was
is
the day before the confirmation vote.
To be clear for your position, because I think some people in the chat are don't know it, and I don't know if I even really know it. You're not. Are you in favor of the Civil War or
Well,
not?
let's assume I am. Does anyone in America give a shit? You know, it doesn't matter whether I'm.
Well,
in
no,
favor.
but I'm just curious for your perspective, where you're on this.
Well, no, I'm not in favor of civil war. That's something
good.
I would be against. I don't want a civil war. I've never been a revolutionary. You know, I'm an incrementalist. I want evolution.
Typical Brit.
But the problem is that the evidence, I think, strongly suggests that that's not what you're going to get. And
Okay.
so I think
No, but I just want to make it clear. You're saying you think that there's civil war is going to occur, but you personally are in favor of incrementalism and change from within the system,
Yeah,
and
I
you're
don't
not
want a civil
supporting supporting a civil war or violent revolution.
no.
Okay, I'm just making sure because people are going to accuse you of this.
Okay, but I'm not. No, but I
Okay.
think that is what you're going to get, and so I think you need to pay attention.
Prepare, yes.
And I think that Lindsey Graham's right. The Democrats are the ones who have to back down now because they've gone too far. But like, it's coming on like 1:30 now, so I'm going to go to bed because I've got to go to work tomorrow.
Okay.
But so,
Thanks for coming. It was fun.
And being strident. I feel like I'm always too strident with you guys.
What? No, we love
We
it.
like
Sargon.
the
Are you kidding? Come on.
stridentness.
We
can take it.
I always get annoyed at myself.
We're not pussies. Okay.
Don't
You're
get
not-
annoyed
We're
at
strident with
yourself,
you.
Sargon.
You're not pussies.
Yes.
We're not
Well,
pussies.
well, yeah, I didn't even notice actually. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. But just consider the other echo chamber as having as much force as the echo chamber you're in, and then you realize that shit, man, this stuff's going somewhere, and it's not good. And yeah.
I just
Anyway.
don't want to see any of those people screaming in the streets on Inauguration Day like some crazy SJW. That's the only thing that I'm worried about.
It's going to
Yep.
happen.
Nut up, guys. We're not going to be fucking screaming out there.
Dude, they're going to be screaming that China Joe, the fucking kitty sniffer, is being inaugurated
please.
falsely. And it.
Oh, please don't.
Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Don't do it. Anyway.
And how are you
Thank-
going to
thank
prove
you
them
so
wrong?
much. Well, hopefully we dig in. Like, people like to dig. People want to find the truth. So hopefully the truth inevitably comes out. But you've been so generous with your time. Thank you so much for coming on, Sargon. I
Anytime,
don't want to
guys.
keep you up all
Bye.
night.